everyone, it's me, Ann Aldis, back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about Sonic X Shadow Generations. Now, admittedly, I took a little longer for this one to review it because I just had to make sure I got everything I wanted to say, because this game is, well, it's amazing. I love this game. I don't think there's any really big overall issues I had, especially with Shadow Generations. So for Sonic Generations, there's not too many changes. Like, obviously it's the remaster of Sonic Generations, and besides like a few animation changes and like dialogue change and like maybe one mechanic, there isn't really too much of a difference with Sonic Generations. So for Sonic Generations, it's still like, I gave my original score, I think it was like a 7-8 out of 10, which even with the remaster I still give that score because it's still the same game with just like dialogue change, and the story was never really the greatest part of Sonic Generations, so like it's still like Sonic Generations. If you liked it before, you're gonna like it now because the gameplay is still amazing. Shadow's Generation though, oh my god, where to begin? It is some of the best, most fluent, polished, and best looking Sonic game we have had in so long. I cannot get over how amazing this game looks from just the cutscenes, from the cinematography, from the in-game the gameplay, the level designs. Everything is just fun. Black Doom, the voice acting of Maria and Shadow are amazing. Like, everyone does such an amazing job in this game. It feels good, it runs good, it plays very well. It's surprisingly just a very fun game to play. Like, I cannot get over how much fun it was because you get all these abilities, like the Doom Spears, you get like, I forgot what's the wings, you get and then you get, I forgot what it's called, but like you're like on a squid surfing and then you become a squid. Admittedly, that one is a little hard to maneuver when you are the Doom Squid, but once you get the hang of it, you can get through levels pretty fast once you learn how to use it. And I also like, because it's not like an open world, but when you're in the white space where there's like open areas everywhere, you can do some platforming there. You can find some side content, and you can kind of explore a little bit there, and it's kind of like Sonic Frontiers vibes a little bit, but there's no pop-ins or pop-outs, which a lot of people did like. And I do like that they played homage to a lot of the old games, but also added some new ones that weren't in Sonic Generations, like from Sonic Forces and Sonic Frontiers. Even though story-wise it doesn't make sense because they don't really clarify why. For the fans, because it is fan service, it's still a very fun level to get through. The boss fights are amazing. The bosses that you get to fight, some that haven't been seen in over 15 years, was nice. Also, whoever did the VA for Maleficent did a really good job. I absolutely loved it. And the soundtrack, though personally I think Frontiers is better, I really do love the soundtrack in Shadow Generations. It's a different like electric dubstep remix kind of style, but still very entertaining to jam to. I personally loved it. And that's the thing though, it's just like there's not really too many things I have bad to say about Shadow Generations. In fact, the thing I feel like that sets everything back with Shadow Generations is the fact that it's short. It's like 4 hours, for like 3.5, 4 hours. And the thing is that it's like the impact between, because Shadow is seeing Maria, the girl that he has that's played a big role in his life throughout his entire story. And he finally gets to see her after so long of her just being dead. And I wanted to feel like a big impact at the end. And because I think the ending is a little rushed. Maybe it's a hot take, but I feel like the ending rushed it itself a little bit because it's like you beat the final boss, you see Mario one last time, and then it goes off to Sonic like he goes off into where he would meet up with the others in Sonic Generations, and they technically don't even show that. And the thing is that I like Sonic Frontiers more still, but if Shadow Generation was even just 3-4 more hours, just even 3 more hours longer, I think it could have easily beaten it, because it is such a very fun game to play. I just think it like rushes itself at the end and then just really holds itself back from it being short. But what you get to play, it's so fun. It just leaves you wanting more. I have not been able to stop thinking about this game since I first beaten it. Like, it's just so much more you find out. And like, even like the small things, like the animation, like when Shadow sees Gerald for the first time and you see the expression on his face coming from shock to confliction to wanting to be happy to see him, but also angry for the shit that Gerald did to him. It's so good. And I love the character designs of Maria and Gerald, especially Maria. She looks so good in this game. After a few rough transitions throughout the years, like, I love the design they finally gave her. Like, there's just, like I said, I can't get over how amazing the Shadow generation is. And it's just like held back by just a few little things. But the game itself, it's still amazing. Like, I just can't get over how much fun this game is. So like, when it comes to the future, I don't want them to just give up what they did in Sonic Frontiers for Shadow Generation. What I think they should do is polish up everything they did in Sonic Frontiers, and then the 2D aspects be around Shadow Generations, and then you just pretty much made a masterpiece of a game. But it is no surprise that people have absolutely been loving this game, because it is so good. It is, I just can't get over how amazing it looks, how much fun it is to play, and everything is spectacle. There are parts where you're just watching Shadow be a complete badass, and they really commit to it. They really fully commit to just Shadow being who he was and striving to who he is meant to be. And I really do love Shadow Generations for just doing that. Sonic Generation, again, it's like the old one, so nothing really much to talk about there. Still very fun to play. I like Sonic Generation, so I didn't mind the rewrites, so this was fine. But the real stuff, the new stuff with Shadow Generations, it's just takes things up several notches, and it's so amazing what they were able to pull off. Like, it is like truly the tone from Sonic Frontiers, where people are like, okay, this game could be good, to Shadow Generations being like, oh my gosh, how good are we talking about? It's astounding. And also, I think it's kind of cool the fact that they gave us both games, and it was like $50, $60 if you got the digital deluxe. Either way, I thought that was kind of neat. And then also the fact that you get the DLC coming off soon with Keanu Reeves, movie Shadow. I'm not really for sure much on that, but I can't wait to play it, because I did get the deluxe version, so I will be able to play it when it comes out. And unfortunately, I don't have any footage of it because I wasn't able to get it, but I had played this game on the Switch, and surprisingly, it runs very well on Switch too. Surprisingly. So if you want to play this game on Switch, it actually, you will not be disappointed compared to like Sonic Frontiers. So again, just all in all, a very, very fun game for Shadow Generations. Like I said, there are small nitpicks, like the levels from Sonic Forces and Sonic Frontiers don't make sense in terms of the story, but they're fun levels, so you don't really care. I wish Infinite was in the game, but story-wise, again, it makes sense. I haven't said too much about the stories or some of the other bosses because of spoilers. Even though the trailer did kind of reveal a lot, which I also think they shouldn't have done. But there are a lot of unique stuff in the storytelling, especially with how they set up Maleficent and how you like travel off to him. I think it looks amazing. One of the best looking games since like Unleash, and it does give you a reason to care for all the characters, especially Maria, because you only got to really know her through Shadow's eyes and through his flashbacks and visions, but to actually meet her and to hear her and to, because there's also a lot of times where you can talk to all of the NPC characters and have all these different conversations with them, and I also think you also learn a lot more about them. So it was also nice to finally get to know Maria. So again, all these little amazing things about Shadow Generations that even my nitpicks really can't really take away how amazing this game is. So for Shadow Generation, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. It is so close to being like literally perfect, but it is so perfect in what it wanted to do and what it set out to do. Highly recommended. Even if you're not a Sonic fan, I think you would actually still enjoy this game. I certainly have enjoyed the game. I've been actually going back and replaying it, trying to 100% it and try out all the different cool mods that we already have for the game. But it is something very few times I get to say about a Sonic game, but even if you're not really into Sonic, you will love Shadow Generation. And you might actually have fun with Sonic Generation too, because Sonic Generation is really fun, but Shadow's Generation makes everything worth it. So, I love it. I love it. And with that being said, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. I post and stream as often as I can. It is kind of really, once again, I really do miss making these types of videos, so I'm going to try to push more for it. But I also just had a lot of fun with Shadow Generation. It still blows my mind away with how amazing this game really was. And the fact that this game not only has like overwhelming positive reviews on Steam, but also sold like 1 million copies, like literally less than a day after it was officially released. So to say that this game has been successful is also an understatement. So I guess we'll let that speak for itself. And as always, till next time, bye-bye!